So how to let go of negative thoughts or disempowering beliefs. Guys, this is Erico here, and in this video I want to break down for you how you actually get rid of those negative beliefs. Because let's face it, when we are trying to achieve our goals, we have different things we want to aspire to do, or different places we want to go in life. When we have those doubts and those fears, it's very, very hard for us to actually achieve what we want to achieve. And so there is a way, and this is why a lot of people, when they go to a lot of motivational events, they kind of like learn these new things, but their life doesn't really change. And the reason behind it is because that is what I call temporary change. So let's put it this way. If you go to, let's say, a motivational event and you jump up and down and you say yes, yes, yes for a few days, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel like your life has changed. But then what happens is when you actually get back to your everyday life, life gets a hold of you and then nothing much like differs. Now, why does that happen? Because that is purely a change in state. What you're looking for, if you want to better your life, is you want to go through what we call transformation. Now, so what is transformation? Transformation is when you can take something and then you can transform it where it creates lasting change. So, for example, if you take if you take some water and you freeze it, it turns into ice cube. That's a change of state. If you then melt it, it changes back to water. So that's why a lot of people just change back. Now, when it comes to transformation, it's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And that's why to be able to undergo transformation, to get lasting change and actually get results in life, it's very important to know how to unplug the roots, pull out all of the roots, and then put in the new seeds. So that's where you take the disempowering or negative beliefs out of your system, and then you put in the empowering beliefs to start changing your life. So I'm going to cover this in this video, how you go about doing it, the step by step, so you can change your life around. But before we get into it, show reel, hit it.
People have today isn't that they're struggling, isn't that they can't get out of their shit. It's because the shit that they're in isn't big enough. And why I say that is because if that shit was big enough right now, if the people had a gun pointed to their head, they would actually get their ass moving. Always understand that emotions is what leads to motion. It's energy in motion. So if your emotional drive is not strong enough, you're not going to do anything to get out of it.
What's up, guys? This is Erico here, international speaker, entrepreneur, and best-selling author. And in this video, I'm going to break down for you how you can actually take negative thoughts and negative beliefs or disempowering beliefs and actually get rid of them, and get rid of them for good. There is so many different modalities to this, and there's loads of different ways. People will teach you all different NLP techniques, loads of different hypnosis stuff and meditation stuff and all this type of stuff. But the most crucial thing to understand is that it is all down to a very similar process, which is like a cognitive reframe. So guys, those of you who are used to my channel, type this below so you reinstill this learning. Those of you who are new to this channel, what we do is we type our learnings below. It instills the learning in the subconscious mind on a deeper level when we take an action to type it out, okay? So what we need to do is a cognitive reframe. And in fact, somebody asked for a video recently. There was a request for a video to say how to actually lose weight. And it's actually the same thing that I would teach using cognitive reframe. Once you reframe the mind and your belief system, it changes everything. But with the whole reframe process is something that isn't just, hey, me talking at you and saying, hey, you should do this, or you should believe in that, or you should believe in this. But instead, reframe situation is about you taking something and reframing it. Now, how do you go about reframing something? It's all down to emotions. I want you to type that in the comments below, okay? It's all down to emotions. So that's how you create a very powerful cognitive reframe. Our mind, if you take the brain for a second, there's two main organs on the stem of the brain which are very, very important. One is called the hippocampus and one is called the amygdala. The amygdala is in charge of the emotions and the hippocampus is in charge of the short and long-term memory. And that's how we go back in time, take some disempowering moment or some negative belief moment, and we pull it out because these are in our memories. Basically, in a very, very basic form. To understand this is that our brains log things that hold a lot of emotion. So let's say, for example, some of you will say you have a very good memory. Some people will say you don't have a very good memory, but in fact we all have a good memory, because those of you who don't have a good memory right now, you can still remember stuff from when you were in your childhood, right? So how do you do that if you didn't have a good memory? But it's just you probably don't know how to use the brain properly right now, and that's why you can't remember the things you want to remember. But if you understand that memory works on emotions, type that below. Memory works on emotions. Now, what's this got to do with everything? It's because the disempowering beliefs that you have, or the negative thoughts that you have, has all got to do with what other people have put into your mind. So once upon a time. The roots are from your memory. It's from the past. So let's say, for example, a kid, a baby born into this world. They are born into this world. None of you are born with fear. Right? You can shout, you can scream, you can dance around, you can jump around. You are free when you're brought into this world. But for some reason, through social conditioning and through different experiences, and most likely it's going to be through some painful experiences where you have been shouted at, humiliated, or some people have said some things to you that have upset you, and therefore you changed. So for example, I was the shy boy from school. And the reason why I was the shy boy is because I remember there was a time in class where I put my hand up, I said a few words, and I said the wrong word, and everyone started laughing, and therefore that was my pain emotion set in. Put in the memory there and the negative belief that I was not confident and I was the shy boy. I hope this makes sense to you. If this makes sense, comment below, give us a yes. And so I'm going to carry on with this. So how do we actually change the negative belief? Very, very, very simple. Okay, we need to go back in time, so recall that time. But the easiest way to actually go back in time is if we get into that meditative state. So how do we do it? Through breathing. Take a deep breath in with me now and out. Those of you who are still doing this, and this, you should know better by now. We've done a lot of videos on breathing, a lot on meditation. We do abdominal breathing. So what does this mean? It means that we take a deep breath in, this goes out. You take a deep breath out, this goes in, right? So from here, not from the chest. Use your full abdominal muscles and everything, your whole chest, your whole lungs. Use the whole capacity, okay? So we take a deep breath in again, and out. Calm that mind. Go into the most peaceful state. Then what you want to do is now you want to take yourself back through time to a place where you could recognize the first time you were, okay, have any recognition of that limiting or negative belief that you have right now. Okay, guys, by the way, this isn't one of those processes where I'm going to do it live with you here because I'm just explaining to you. If you guys actually want me to create a separate video where I do a whole meditation to allow you to remove those negative beliefs, maybe just type in the comments box below remove negative beliefs meditation or something like that. Just type those in the box below and I'll create a separate video for you to actually, so you can just listen to it and I do it with you through the guided meditation, okay? So I'm just gonna explain to you how it works in this, because first step, awareness, then you go and practice it, okay? So take yourself back to that time of when you felt that pain the first time, whatever that belief or fear or doubt you have in yourself or whatever you have in, right? So you go back to that time where you can remember, recall. Then what you do is you play back that time in your mind. So you get back into that moment and you feel, remember the most important thing is emotions at this point. You feel as if it was happening right now and you were reliving that moment and you feel that pain. And then what you want to do is this is where the cognitive reframe happens. Now you want to go back into that moment, you want to feel it and amplify it and feel it in that moment as is and as if it's happening right now. Then what do you want to do? Then you want to kind of change the colors. Now everything that you want to change, by the way, in this process is the senses. So anything you can smell, anything you can feel, anything you can hear, anything you can, like anything to do with senses, right? So right now you want to then change the colors into your most favorite colors. And then you want to start changing the sounds and then change it into your favorite song and your favorite music. And so stay in that moment as if you're living it, but then suddenly the colors start changing and you start activating. And by the way, these clicks are very important because that creates an anchor to the feeling. So at that same time, if you want to remove that disempowering belief, you can tap yourself on the shoulder maybe, or you can tap yourself on the wrist, or you can click, because that creates an anchor in your subconscious mind to remember the new feeling that you have just replaced it with. So you want to change the colors, you want to change the sounds, then you want to slowly shift the emotions to become a pleasure emotion to that scenario. And then what you want to do is, in that moment, you want to put the opposite positive, so the positive belief instead of that negative belief, and you want to reaffirm it in that moment. So let's say, for example, if you have a fear of spiders, your opposite will be, I love spiders. So you put it in that moment. Then you give a click or you give a tap somewhere on your body. Now what that will do is that will create an anchor in your subconscious mind, right? It's a very, very powerful way. Once you do that, what will happen is, and sometimes it takes several times if you're not in the right state and not in the right alignment, but usually, you know, once, when I work with different clients and stuff, once it's pretty much done. You know, sometimes twice, 3 times, 4 times, but I think it's easier when somebody guides you through it. So if you do want the video, just comment below. If I have enough demand, I'll create a separate video on it. Guys, I need to finish off there because of time, and we need to go out traveling Hong Kong. By the way, I'm stuck in this, I didn't choose this like scenery for you on purpose. It's just that it's raining right now, and I thought, okay, for the nice background, it'll be nice to be out there, but you know, sacrificing like the hair for you guys, I need to rethink that. Only joking. Okay, so guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up, comment below, let us know where you guys have tuned in from, and if you're new to this channel, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it, because now I'm dedicated to making daily videos with positivity, spirituality, business, anything that will empower you to take your 2018 to the next level. But for now, guys, ciao.